Hello, everybody. It's just me, Bodhi. And if you've been keeping up on this channel, for the whole month of January, I was to get myself off Instagram. Now, I did this initially because I kind of started off my year in a panic, or I don't know what it was, but being off of 2025, it was a stressful ass year. And I was just waiting on the brink of change or something to happen in my life. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to stop being so um, just anxious all the time, paranoid. I wanted to control my feelings and not, always be crashing out all the time like I was in 2025. And I was thinking that, what are ways I can do that? What are ways that I can reestablish control in my life, and just ways I can help myself. Because you know what I'm saying, like you can't you can't wait for things to happen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yes, eventually things do come to course. Eventually things arrive on time all the time. But for things that you want out of yourself, you have to want that. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, okay, so my goal is to have more control in my life. My goal is to control my emotions. If my goal is to, you know, reestablish myself and my goals in my life, how do I do that? And the first thing I looked for who's responsible for that was my screen time. You know, I spend a lot of time on my phone, and a lot of times it gives me varied responses. Being on Instagram, scrolling through reels, just scroll through a happy moment, a sad moment, a frightening moment, all at the same time. And it's like, my body can't handle dealing with every single emotion in 1 hour. Like, it's messing with me, And so that's why one reason I got off was that's just the control emotion aspect. Another aspect was I'm wasting time. You know what I'm saying? Scrolling through Instagram, hours would just go by. And this is what I ran into, to where I was like, man, I wish there was more hours in the day. Like, why does everything go by so fast? And I just realized it's because I'm wasting so much time on my phone. I was like, no, I can't be. There's no way. No, y'all making it up. There's no way I could be wasting my time on my phone. But being off of it, realized I'm like, you know what? There's more time in the day that I have now to think. And that's another thing. Being on the phone, it's hard to control my emotions, or it's giving me emotion overload. I'm wasting time. Also, it was distracting me from thinking. Distracting me from visualizing what I want, or even knowing what I want as a person, or just what I want. You know what I'm saying? Now that I'm off my phone, I've gotten a lot of time to think, and I'm a little bit more clearer on what I want as a person, but I'm still figuring it out. And because of that, I'm slowly going over and seeing how I can put more emphasis on myself and get down to business on, okay, what do you really want to do here? Why do you want these things? When do you want these things? How are we going to make these things happen? What are the materials you need? What are the things you need to do with yourself? Just like uh, cohesive thinking. I don't know if I'm using that word right, but complex thinking, cohesive, I don't know. Just being able to put it into words. What do you want? Instead of letting machine tell me what I want. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I found myself. I found myself someone else making my decisions for me. Oh, I like that person's outfit. I want to wear that outfit. Or, oh, I like how that person did that thing. I want to do just like them. Or, oh, I found myself having, or even the algorithm. The algorithm picks what you want. Oh, I'm obsessed with this topic right now. Let's show 50 videos of this topic right now. Or, oh, I want to know about this. It's like the algorithm feeds you what it thinks you want. And not all the time are we going to know what we want right away. When we get ourselves into a topic, we're not going to know, okay, how long are we going to stick at this topic? Or is it something that's going to be a short blip? Like we're going to be obsessed with it for like 2 months. But the algorithm sees you interacting with it and like, okay, we're only going to show you this. And so it could also work in a different way to where like it shows you too much of that one thing and it burns you out quicker. You know what I'm saying? And so having to be in control of what I want, especially when it comes to what I want to be into, what shows I like, what art I want to be into, what music I want to be into, what fashion I want to be into. All in all, it just tells me what I want, like what I want for myself. Being able to think that over and not being distracted by um, a machine who is trying to figure out what I want, you know. And this sounds so stupid to somebody who grew up before phones, but I did have 10 years of my life before being connected to the internet. But I feel like half my life has been on the internet, you know. And so being grown up in that environment, being force-fed algorithms, being force-fed the brunt of all humanity inside a pocket device, has really, it can really change people. You know what I'm saying? It can really impact people and different ways than people who never even had that experience. You know what I'm saying? Before it was commonplace. You know what I'm saying? Commonplace to have these feelings, to have these thoughts, to be able to think for yourself, to be able to do things on your own, to be able to have time to achieve goals because you didn't have anything distracting you. Yes, there's TV. Yes, there's video games. Yes, you can get yourself lost in a novel. Yes, you can get yourself lost in a movie. Yes, you can get yourself... There's things that'll get yourself lost. But they were never as distracting or as in your life as a machine that lets you interact with whatever you want, anytime you want. You know, there was time and place. You go to the movie theater to see a movie. You're at home to listen to music or to watch a TV show. You're if you're at the store to look at the new clothing. You're at the museum to see all the new artwork. Yeah, you know, like there was time and place. Now there is only there's only what's in front of you. Or everything or everything has been combined into a device that's right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, at least for me, and one thing I realized, I don't think we should, or I was gonna say I don't think we should have this, but there are benefits to it. I'm not gonna lie and be like there's no benefits to it. I think I would just say that we should limit ourselves from this technology that lets us have everything all at once. Because that's not, I don't think anyone has ever experienced, or any living thing has ever been able to experience having anything what they want, anytime they want. This is the first time ever in the history of the planet Earth this has been happening. And so, of course, there's going to be a lot of drawbacks. Of course, there's going to be a lot of just negative impacts. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not meant to operate like this. We're meant to, you know, do things at certain times. And that was the beauty of it. You know, it's about the journey, not the destination. You know what I'm saying? So you found beauty in working up to your goals. You found beauty in researching a subject and figuring out along the way. You found beauty in figuring out along the way. Now that that middle point has been destroyed, we're now hooked on instant gratification. And in life, where we don't see instant gratification nowadays, we crash out. We don't know how to handle it. Or maybe not all people. I'm speaking for people who have also been addicted to the internet and instant resources. Is that when we don't get that instant access, that instant gratification, we get confused, and it affects many points of our life. And that's just something that's a new thing nowadays that we need to be careful of, and we need to figure out how to avoid unhealthy relationships, unhealthy thoughts, unhealthy situations, unhealthy things that we put ourselves in. because of our access to having things instantly. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not realistic. It's living a dream. You know what I'm saying? You go into the real world and shit takes a long time to start. You know, you have either to drive somewhere, or you don't have all the material right now, or you need to get money for this, or you need to, whatever you need to do, there is time and effort that needs to be taken in order to complete anything you want in the real world. And forgetting about that is really detrimental, and it keeps people inside, and it keeps people addicted to the internet because they're addicted to having it now, you know. And sorry if I rambled a lot. I actually didn't mean to ramble that long. It's just that, like, ever since I've been off on Instagram, I've been having a lot of thoughts, and my thoughts have been kind of heavy, and so sorry if I like bring them all out right now. I didn't even mean to do that, but in all, to sum up everything, those are really the reasons why I got off Instagram, and I would say it's been for the better. I feel like I've rethunk a lot of what I want, and I'm planning about what I want to do. Like, what do I want to do with this YouTube channel? What do I want to do with my art? How am I going to promote myself? What artwork do I want to put into the world? When should I speak? When is it important for me to speak? When is it important for me to release artwork? When is it important for me to do certain things? When can I contribute? And when can I lead? You know what I'm saying? When can I collaborate? When can I contribute? When can I, show the world my work? This is just all things I've been thinking about. And maybe this is no doy, Bodie. No shit. We've been thinking this shit. This is how you've been thinking it. And, right. And I think that's just one thing you realize off of living half your life on the internet, is that, like I was saying before, just forgotten what it's like to actually be human and enjoying the process and living in the moment and figuring out things for yourself, even when it's hard. And I'm really glad that I've gotten off the internet. But I am going back to Instagram because I do need to use Instagram. Instagram is a tool. Just not in the place that I was before, where I was abusing it. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm happy. And I'm still working on myself. I'm still working out what's even going on with my relationship to myself, my phone, my relationship to me and myself. All these thoughts that I've been getting, this is only the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I think this month gave me a lot of time to think of what to do. And all throughout 2026, I think I know what I want to do. And finding out ways to achieve those goals. Like I said, I made a video of these are my goals. I'm going to add some more goals to that as we go along. But it's been the first month of 2026. I don't think I've completed any of those goals yet. But I'm on my way. I'm taking my driver's test on the 28th of February. I lied to y'all because I forgot that it takes like a month to schedule for the driving test. So I'll do that February 28th. And I'm going to be studying. And that's the first thing I want to get completed this year because I've been pushing it off since forever. But yeah, thank y'all for listening. I'm terribly sorry if I was just like rambling. I just think I'm still trying to process what to do with all these, thoughts I've been getting, since I don't have anything to suppress these thoughts by numbing myself to a screen. Finding some way to use these thoughts for constructive, positive, for goodness. And I hope this video has helped people. I hope this video helps people realize their own situations, or improves, or helps this video to be a tool for people. That's why I wanted to document this whole journey, was to help people in thinking about, I want to take a break from Instagram, but I want to see how it is first. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what happens, because sometimes that's needed. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes You know, and we need to know what we're getting into before we get into it. But sometimes you need to jump into it. Different situations call for different actions. And all of this has been thought over my month-long break. And I'm excited. I'm excited for the year for once. And I'm excited for what I can do and continue being on my goals. And since the first month of January, just reflecting, I can only hope that the rest of the year turns into me putting action to thought. So, with that being said, thank you for watching this video. I don't know if I said entirely what I wanted to say. I think I rambled on for too long. And I'd like to apologize. I think there's more things I wanted to say, but I'll talk about it later then. But thank you so much for watching the video. This video is already longer than it needs to be. But we're fine. I love y'all. See y'all later. Peace.